Hello there, this is Cookies. I've got turn 96 of LA Erytheia, and I think in my third recording for the last turn, I forgot to mention that Arco got officially eliminated that turn. Just wanted to say, good game, Arco. It was a pleasure playing with you, and definitely enjoyed coming up with that really elaborate wish, kind of like alt-site wish thing with you. It was a lot of fun. And I also enjoyed the fact that it split up the helped prevent a coalition from ever forming against me again, like the kind that you and Ulm and Flagra made. So I felt a lot safer in my diplomacy after we made that agreement. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and good luck in the next one. But here we are on to turn 96. So we've got just a few battles here. So we've got a magic phase into Bara between Ulm and Satis. So we've got the really cool Satis Golem, and we have some Ulmish troops. Forgot about this. So the ghosts from the Soul Trap can be several different variants. They can be kind of like melee ghosts, or they can be fire ghosts or earth ghosts. On this particular turn against Ulm, and you can see the four pillars here, Satis rolled all four ghosts as being fire ghosts. So this is going to be a lot of evocation against Ulm here. So a little bit of a lucky roll, but also the ridiculous amount of skeletons probably would have done him in anyways. So there's that. We lose a mystic. He makes two new cat friends. And we have a series of battles here. So the big one is going to be Hamain, which is the Throne of Death. And I just want to preface this by saying that generally, all my previous like replay bugs have been after patches, but there was no patch for this one, and we did get a big replay bug, and it's going to be a very different result. But I think you can imagine how it would have gone. So a few of the wrong units end up routing to Wailing Winds, and maybe certain key buffs don't go off, and it can definitely swing a fight. But it is a really cool battle, so we're going to go ahead and watch it. So let's jump into the heart of the turn. So here we have about 1,300 Erytheians, all different varieties, the full roster, very late game. And here we have, I think it was 500 or 600 snakes, although it looks like more, honestly. And then a number of mages providing support. So I'm going to mostly let it run, but I'm not going to be able to stay zoomed out the whole time because darkness is going to get put up. So I'll try and zoom around and point out some stuff if I can remember what it was as I re-record this one, because the last one was 720p. So yeah, definitely want to see this in HD if I can manage it. All right, enjoy. Yeah, Light of the Northern Star from the banner, Wailing Winds, Rigor Mortis, Darkness, my Pretender does Time Stop. It's going to do Master and Slave. Doom is the Pink Mist. So you can see all the snakes are cursed. Ooh, did we get Winds of Death? Looks like we might have. I don't think that's a huge concern, though. We've got Flying Snakes. which is very scary. Master and Slave, though. Relief goes up from a Pearl Mage. We get, I think, Army of Gold for the Fire Resist buff. So all of these Soulless are now 20 protection. We get Natural Storm. Alright, so no more flying snakes, but just enough got flown in. And then it must be something to do with the replay bug, but Storm is up and all the Draconians go ahead and take off because reasons. They don't have any sort of storm immunity, so that was weird. Okay, life after death. Shot trigger for this guy. Kind of neat when you hit a Draconian with it, they become a soulless giant. You see some stuff running from Wailing Ones. Howl goes out. We did get a decent number of steals. We stole a vampire right in front of the Wind of Death, or the Wailing Winds Lich. So it would have been really good if he could have knocked out that Lich, but he ends up dying. You can see all these little spirits doing their best to keep a bunch of snakes paralyzed. Even the Spartae are routing. Oh no. Oh, Wailing Winds. Alright. Speed it up a little. My Stormcaster dies, so some of the snakes are flying into the middle of the mage formation. This is going to cause issues. We are converting some of them, but there's a lot of snakes. We have the Wailing Winds caster moving out. And our brave hero with a few kills. Running in with his Holy Scourge. See, Wailing Winds is still up. Goes over and conks that Lich for 92 damage, which is nice. And last thing to go is the Golem, because it can't route. Alright. So in the replay, we do manage to win this battle. We have a lot of stuff run, but we'd be able to rescue that stuff. should have gone into the fort. But what actually happens, and the battle report is what matters, is we end up getting defeated. And we take horrendous attrition doing it. So we lose 49 of our 51 to Ducos. Our Pretender, one of our 3 Hesperides. And notably, the Hesperides have nowhere to retreat to because they need gear to breathe underwater. So all 3 of them are dead. Or Mystics have nowhere to retreat to, so all 49 of them are dead. And the Pearl Mages can retreat. Sea King is dead. Monstrum can retreat. Our Thug ends up getting killed. Doesn't do anything. Let's see. The Draconians, it looks like they just flew in, lost a bunch of them, and then fled, maybe? So maybe they HP routed stuff. We lose 200 of the Hoplites. And all of the soldiers, 23 of the soldiers of the setting sun. Yeah, just tons and tons of casualties. We lose 1,200 out of 1,350. On the flip side, we only kill 1 Sauromancer, 2 of these Soulless Mages, and 400 of the nearly 600 Tomb Worms. So this is a complete victory for Sitis. Probably just different rolls off of Wailing Winds. And so that kind of really hammers home the loss for us. And then just to make sure, he does end up storming, so nobody's able to retreat into the fort. So anything that wasn't able to travel underwater is dead, which is even more of that, like 1350 is dead now. And yeah, so there's just not a heck of a lot left. So we zoom in here. Like this guy got away. This guy, I guess, I don't know, a couple of these mages might have gotten away, like this guy. But not very much escaped, that's for sure. We had a handful of troops get away. So this victory is very total. He's going to get this throne and claim it. And in turn, we'll look at some of these other fights, but the short of that is Ulm also lost their fight on their throne, and which was a big demon cleansing play. And so we ended up, so Sitis ends up gaining the 2 thrones he needs to win the game. So we go ahead and call it here for the most part. We did have, we did do some force hosting of turns though, and that was to just play out the game long enough to get some graphs. That was kind of my request, is I wanted to see, you know, the full suite of graphs now that the game was over. So we did whatever we needed to do to wrap up the game, but Ulm's player was getting more and more busy with real life, especially around the holidays and trying to wrap up work for the year. And I was pretty much dead at this point. I had some stuff in the southern front, but I wouldn't be able to defend, I think, 2 of these thrones. Well, the Throne of Death was no longer mine, and the throne north of that was also probably a foregone conclusion. So I really only had troops on the southern front now. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some more of these fights. So we have a fight in Agonor. We've got some Ghoul Guardians killing some PD. We have a big snake army killing PD. Big snake army on PD. We kill we enslave mine to High Priest. My High Priest. Oh, we do teleport this tart into this fort here to see if we can knock out the golem. I probably should have just risked it I had a dome on the throne, so I didn't want to risk this guy teleporting into the dome, but I think that was a mistake. I think I should have gone ahead and done that. And maybe this tart could have done something to help. I don't know. You never know. But yeah. So he's still trying to see if we can delete golems, but this golem's very positioned very far in the back. And so he dooms the army. And then isn't in range for opposition. So he ends up getting sent home. And so yeah, so Sitis takes this fort off of me. And Elidor. Looks like Sitis kills some Patala stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, we go ahead and we generally call the game here. I just want to say what a fun time I had in this game. You never, when you sub into a game, you never really know what you're going to get. And while I subbed in and watched a bunch of my sacreds die, and then soon after got into on the receiving end of a 3v1 coalition, it was still a lot of fun. It had really fun wars against Flagra and Raga. Got a good chance. Got to spend a lot of time chatting with Arco and Ulm and Kalem's player. I don't. I had a couple of fun fights against Kalem. I was trying to remember what all, because I think most of that was just peace treaties. And then Kalem wasn't really fighting back against me when he was doing the throne rush. But I did lose an army to that Kalem army, and that was a pretty fun battle. But had fun chatting with them, had a lot of fun chatting with Weep Assassin over as the Sitis player. Valen was the Ulm player. I have the hardest time in the world pronouncing the Arco player's name, Arrow or Aaron maybe. He was a lot of fun to chat with. Had a lot of fun chatting with Kassar, the Patala player. I think we only briefly had a short border, but yeah, it was fun. Had fun working with the Pangea player and kind of doing some trades with them. So yeah, I just want to say, like, it was a lot of fun people in this game. I had a great time in this game. And hats off to Sitis for such a cool build and really outscaling the bejeebus out of everybody. So that was a lot of fun to see and a lot of fun to fight against. So congrats, and yeah, hopefully we'll all see each other again in some future games. This was a lot of fun. And I'll see if I can't try to put together kind of like a reflections video on Erytheia and what I think of the nation. Maybe some of the things I've learned, some of the things I maybe shouldn't have done or should have done. I don't know when that'll come out though, but I'll see if I can't get that out. We'll see. Lost a lot of time with the doing accidental 720p recordings. Let's see what I can manage. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. So good luck, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.